Morning, everyone, and happy Monday. It's Josh Ron for PokeJacks. Hope you all had a terrific weekend. I'm going to be just talking about the woes of distribution and obviously the current market and tariffs and all that good stuff. So kind of make it short and sweet on this rant, but yeah, distribution, it's awesome when you get it. You know, you think you've reached the pinnacle of your mountain, but you're back at the bottom. Like I've said before, you got to buy the stuff that nobody wants, at least to get to that tier level of getting the products that people want. So, working that, once, hopefully not 100% sure what that threshold is, but I'm ordering things I believe customers may want. The things I am ordering are Legos for kids. I order some play mats, some supplies, some binders, some toys and games, just a variety of items I'm putting on the website. Those items that are being placed on the website too, or even marked below the suggested MSRP by my distribution, so you are getting them at a near distro price. I am totally okay with breaking even or losing a few dollars just to keep the cash flow going into distribution. So I can get those things that you guys want. I did pre-orders for Mega. I figured they were all going to get canceled, which they did because, I do not have that spin history yet, but showing the interest is there. I did do pre-orders for Azurlane Volume 2, which I will get, and those will be offered at MSRP as promised. I know there's another card game, card fight Vanguard. It's I've been doing some homework on it. I got to learn all the different versions and variants of the TCG realm. It's got a small fan base. There are some pretty cool cards if you look them up on TCG Player. There is a pre-order coming up for that. For me, I think that's more, I'm probably going to do some. To me, it's a high risk. Because like I said, there is a fan base. It's just not a high fan base. I went to Facebook and Instagram trying to learn how to reach out to those the fan base. It has a pretty good fan base. Azurlane 2, like I said, I'm going to be selling that at MSRP on the website. So check that out. Don't quote me. I think October 17th is the release date on those. I'll have to double check, but I'm pretty sure it's October 17th. But yeah, that's kind of how distribution works. I posted some videos for Lacana. You have to have a play or hobbies shop to get that distribution. I'm emailing Disney Lacana, trying to break the mold to even if it's the very bare minimal of some sort of product to supply the consumers out there. I'll take that. Disney's a multi-billion-dollar company, and I am just another guy, another fish in the sea. But definitely going to try. Doesn't hurt. Once I hear Disney just tell me to pack sand, I will stop. But we'll continue posting, continue sending emails, continue posting on their customer service page to, try to open up the venue a little bit for, online platforms. There are some areas that do not have, LGSs, those kind of venues. So I'm trying to open, the doors for those folks, even if it's minimal items. But I think that, the TCG, the cards look awesome. I got a couple of Fable troves. Ordered a couple of those from the website, learning the ins and outs. Also, TCG player, I did order a couple of the first wave booster boxes before they went up in price. More of a collector item. My wife and kids love Disney. Disney's awesome. We were actually there this weekend for my son's 3rd birthday to celebrate. So Disney is a part of our life. Kids love Disney. My kids love Pokemon. I love Pokemon. I love TCG. Love card games. My inner nerd. Love it. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully I'll hear something back this week. I did get one email back. It might have just been the generic response from Disney support, but I was happy to see it, and I'll keep on pushing that. Inferno X, the next Japanese booster box that's coming out. I did pre-orders. Those who pre-ordered, once I receive those, they will be shipped out. Tariffs have definitely put a strain on my business. I was able to offer, I believe, very well-priced Japanese booster boxes. When I were getting them, they were just selling out like hotcakes. But now with tariffs involved, you got your 15%, and then the 1.5% custom fee. So you're looking at an 18.5% tax. And then once you take that in, and you take in shipping, the price goes up. I already had a very extreme low margin before tariffs. Now with tariffs in place, it's just difficult for me to move those items, and what I don't want is thousands of dollars of inventory just sitting there with no way to move it. So it makes it difficult. It really does. A lot of the good customers that they continue coming back. Like I said, if I make 50 cents off of a booster box, that's 50 cents more than I had before, just to keep the business going. But yeah, the tariffs have definitely put a strain on things, and as an English consumer base, folks are already paying a lot for American Pokemon cards. Now that tariffs are in effect, they have to pay more for Japanese, and that does, in my opinion, and talking to others, it's just not a good thing. Nobody wants to pay overpriced for Japanese like they're paying for overpriced English. So it sucks. I'm out there trying to do what I can do to keep the business flowing. But yeah, it's been a little bit of a strain. It sucks, but I'm gonna keep on pressing forward. I've had some good sales online. A lot of my personal collection items I keep putting them on there, to keep the business going, so I can keep on buying more stuff from distro to hopefully one day meet that threshold, which I really don't know what it is, but keep on striving for it. Hopefully one day, even if it's very little, I'll take it. And like I said, anything on there that comes from distribution will always be at MSRP. That's my promise. Once I got it, I do have it. It's just meeting that threshold. Other than that, yeah, it's Monday. About to go to my military. Well, I'm already here at my military job. Just wanted to make a little video, kind of give you guys an update where things are at. Tough times. Got to get creative. Website's flowing. Definitely gonna be putting singles on there here soon. Shipping's flat rate $6, regardless of how much you order. But there is a threshold. I think I set it for 50. I think I have it at 50 right now. If you order more than $50, you get free shipping. So that's a plus. But yeah, help me out if you can. I know there's a lot of stuff on there probably people don't want, but like I said, it's at already lower than at the suggested MSRP from distribution, so you're already kind of saving some money there. But you know, help me help you guys. Like I said, once I meet that threshold and I get Pokemon TCG, as promised, it will be at MSRP. But until I get to that point, yeah, help me get rid of this stuff to keep on ordering more. But I do appreciate everything. Oh yeah, card restoration. That's my other thing I've been doing a lot of lately. I've gotten pretty dang good at it, in my opinion. You know, there's some areas I could probably still improve, but I practice a lot. I practice every day, like polishing, cleaning, removing scratches. Easy day. Creases, depending on what it is, I've gotten pretty dang good at it. Flatten it out, I gotten pretty dang good at it. I got a pretty nice setup. You know, I got a, you know, heat press. Actually bought a hot plate, but I've been experimenting with, and so I've seen some good things out of it. I think I'm just still trying to figure out that dial-in temperature on the cards I'm practicing on, and every card has a different type of, you know, the material thickness and all that's a little different on some things. You know, getting dents out. All the customers I have gotten for card restoration have absolutely loved what they gotten back. You know, I keep it very transparent, give them updates daily on how things are progressing with pictures, and you know, if there's something I don't feel 100% comfortable with, you know, especially if a card is going in the right direction, looks really good, I'll email the customer, call them, text them, whatever, and be like, hey, I can do this, but you're running into a high risk evolution. You know, anything with a heat pin is always a high risk evolution. You know, I've gotten really good with it. It's just certain creases just won't come out. You know, I tell them like, hey, I could try. You still might have some scarring. You know, but it's fun. I actually enjoy it. Well, you know, turn some tunes on, and you know, just go to town. You know, watch a lot of, you know, Kurt's videos and Giovanni's, and you know, just a lot of practice on just bulk cards and bulk hollows, just to, you know, fine tune the art. And you know, once folks give me their cards, they're trusting me with them to make them better, not worse. So that's what you got to do. But quit rambling, ranting. I do appreciate everybody on TikTok and Instagram, Facebook, YouTube that's following and trying to make the channel bigger. You know, it's about you guys. You know, trying to make it work and get stuff out there as a fair product. You know, once I do get Pokemon TCG, I'll have to come up with a creative way to get it to you guys, so you know, you don't get botted or somebody buys it all in one sweep. You know, that's not fair. You know, got random name generators and all that kind of good stuff, you know, but a lot of it's going to be based off of, you know, I'll put it on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, sign up, subscribe to the webpage, names, address, put the random generator in there, and then you know, if you get drawn, then you'll get an email. But those are that's kind of where we're at right now, and just trying to get bigger and better for y'all. But follow, subscribe, you know, make it bigger, better. You know, just try to get on to get better content, especially with the market. You know, it's difficult. 2 kids, wife, military. I know that's a big interest thing. That's why I see a lot of videos here in my vehicle from work, or going to work, or making deliveries, or picking up cars to restore. But you know, I'd like to get on. You know, I get on there, I look at the market. You know, I like to talk about the market. You know, it's all every day's a learning experience. And the market's crazy right now. One day a car could be nothing, and the next minute it just shoots up 100%. It's crazy. But all right, done the rambling. I wish y'all a great week. Check it out, 904pokejacks.com. Follow, like, subscribe, make it bigger, make it better for y'all, and y'all have a great one.